Here is a question from Mei Lin, mother of two, aged 42. How do you balance suspense and safety so the story thrills kids without overwhelming them? That is a very good question, Mei Lin. Um, well, first of all, when I write the book, because I started the book when I was a kid, um, I try to appeal, I try to write to appeal to the young me. What would I have liked? What would I have, how far can you go with the kind of the threat of danger, which makes the book thrilling with a feeling of a welcoming and safe uh, environment in which to explore one's imagination. And this kind of goes to the heart of the story. And I think they are what I wanted for the reader in general is, especially the young reader, I wanted them to really kind of be inside the story when they read it. So really visualize and feel like they're in the story. And I think children have maybe a more untamed imagination than adults. And hopefully, response from many readers is that they really feel like they're there in the scene with the characters. Another thing I wanted for the reader is them to feel, as they go through the book, to feel all the emotions. So there are, there are scary scenes, there are funny scenes, there are kind of meditative scenes, excitement. I wanted the heart to be thumping at certain points in the book. So, well, how do you strike the right balance? And very interestingly, many kids actually like, at the beginning when I wrote, I thought, oh, I've got to be slightly tamer because it mustn't shock the kids. But actually, I found that when I gave the book to the manuscript to some kids to read, they really enjoyed the more slightly gruesome parts of the book. But I always try and make them funny at the same time. So I think humor is what I use to uh, blunt the edge of the more gruesome or scary scenes. Um, and by what the humor does to the kid, I think, is it kind of it gives them for example, in a battle scene, people are hacking away at each other. But if you can add humor in the language and the descriptions, it kind of acts as a guardrail for the kid so they can safely enjoy the scene, feel all the emotions, but at the same time dismiss it with a laugh. So it's a very important question. And also with my editors, when I go through the kind of the process of fine-tuning the book, I'm always on the lookout. I mean, I'm always asking them to make sure it's age appropriate in the language. They're not using words which will create a roadblock for them, so the narrative flows. Because the third thing I wanted to bring to the reader is I wanted them to be able to uh, navigate the story without bumps in the way. In other words, I wanted to be a page turner. I remember when I was a child reading some books, and I'd just be walking down the corridor in school with the book open, reading as I walked because I was so into it. And that is what I want the young reader to feel. I want them to be so enjoying what they're doing, reading, that they want to keep going. Um, for that, you do need a bit of tension at times, to kind of get the heart pumping. But then you need moments of more relaxed where the characters are maybe having fun or making light of their troubles. And I think this book has the right balance. And many kids have told me that they, when they say, "Oh, it's so scary," they don't say it in a negative way. They say it as in an excited way. So that's a very interesting question, and I hope I have answered you.